will this disaster, if it is not fixed, this oil leak fixed by August, will this have an adverse impact on this president come the November midterm elections?
I think that there's going to be a spin that's going to make it look like it's the president's fault. But I don't think that if you look at it and see the impact of it, he's done much more. Katrina and President Bush compared to the oil spill and President Obama, way different. Way different. The response has been really bigger this way than before. But we have a hurricane season coming up, so there's a whole nother agenda.
Renette?
I hope it does not. I think he has to continue to get out and speak to the public, and to raise the concerns about environmental issues, and talk about why the moratorium is needed. And I think he has to get out in front and make his case.
Gerard?
We have become a society of information, because we can get information 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. That information is saying, I'm not doing. At some point in time, the people that are listening to that information start believing that information, especially when it's repeated over and over and over again. Will it have an adverse effect toward President Obama? Yes.
Right. And look, I absolutely believe it is going to have an adverse impact, because what it speaks to, whether we like the president or not, and that is people look to leadership.
Right.
And like it or not, and when I interviewed Colin Powell about Afghanistan, he said, this is why you run for the presidency.
Right.
He said, so all this stuff about, well, what happened with the previous guy, he said it's irrelevant. And that is, the reality is, when things go well, the president gets credit. Whether his name is President Obama or Bush or Clinton. And when things go bad, you get the criticism.
Right.
Whether your name is Obama or Bush or Clinton. And so a lot of black folks are like, well, it's unfair, but that is the reality of the presidency. And at the end of the day, when you talk about the region, when you're talking about 60, 70% of the seafood in America coming from this region, when you have restaurants in Houston right now putting up signs, our seafood does not come from the Gulf, you're talking about, and if this continues, that oil settles and we're starting to import more of our seafood from China, that further hurts this industry, further hurts this region. And again, in an economic crisis, none of this is good. And so I think that's certainly how that's going to come down.
Absolutely.